Hey Fit Mama, Ash here, your holistic trainer, and welcome to Getting Toned Arms in the Kitchen. That's right. All the things we're going to do today are going to fill that dead time you have while you're in the kitchen. So it's that weird time you have like while you're cooking and you need to wait 5 minutes for the water to boil. So you can't really walk away, but you're kind of stuck standing there and you don't really see that as time being wasted or time that we can actually use to fuse exercise in, right? Or maybe you're waiting 45 seconds for the microwave to go off, or your coffee or your tea is brewing, right? These exercises are really going to help tone your arms, strengthen your arms, mobilize your arms while we have that dead time, because no time is wasted when it comes to fit in minutes. Yes? All right, let's dive in. Okay, daily mama move number one for our arms, for the back of our arms, our triceps, I'm calling the excavator, and you will see why in just a moment. So first thing we want to do is bring our rib cage in line with our pelvis. So we want to stack what I like to call our Tupperware lid. Think of a Tupperware. Your Tupperware lid would be your rib cage. Your pelvis would be the Tupperware bowl. We want to stack those two on top of each other. Once we're in that position, then we want to get into a lunge, either leg forward, whatever feels most comfortable for you. From this position and keeping and maintaining this, we're going to bring our elbow points up towards the ceiling. But I'm at this 90-degree angle. So notice my shoulders are down and relaxed. My shoulders are not hiked up on my ears. So relax your shoulders down, but bring those elbow points up. Now, if we want to make this a whole body move, which I know you do, we're going to actually incorporate our legs or our feet up. So I want you to imagine your front heel is pressed into the ground and you're trying to drag it backwards without actually moving it. And then you're pressing your back heel into the ground, trying to drag it forward. So now you should feel really, really stable, but your legs should be saying hello. Yes? Okay. So now we're in this position. Elbow points come up. Palms are open like jazz hands. Yes? From here, keeping those elbow points up and our shoulders down, we're going to extend our arms out. Palms still face the ceiling. And then you're going to bring them back in. Now notice my elbows do not move from that 90-degree position. Bring them out. Bring them in. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. And then bring them back in. So to create your own resistance and make this even harder, you're going to pretend like you're pressing against 50-pound weights. You might be shaking. That's fantastic. Press, 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 press. And then once your arms are fully straight, you're going to bend, 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 bend back in. Now notice, we've only done this for like 30 seconds. If you have 45 seconds while you're waiting for something to go off in the microwave, imagine the strength you're building in the back of your arms, right? So again, there's no reps, there's no specific number you need to do, but this is one you can absolutely incorporate into your day. Now, if you want to do both sides, I always recommend, like if you're going to lunge forward with one leg, then of course lunge forward with the other leg. Or you can, if you're like, hey, I only have 45 seconds, I don't have the time to do both legs, keep your legs together in like a squat position. So you don't even have to lunge one in front. You get that Tupperware lid to stack over your Tupperware. You bend in one unit, right, like this. And now we're doing the exact same exercise, just in this squat position. So main things you want to think about, elbow points come up to a 90-degree angle and they don't move while your arms move, right? You're building and creating your own resistance by pretending like you're pressing on 50-pound weights. You're keeping your rib cage stacked over your pelvis, and you're smiling and having an amazing time. So again, it's not about how many you do, it's about the quality of movement. So that is the excavator. Our next daily mama move in our toned arms kitchen edition it's called monkey pumps. Now this is one I love to do while I'm cooking eggs. Don't ask me why, but I feel like I have that weird like dead time while I'm waiting for the whites to cook and I'm trying to mix the yolks just perfectly. Not enough time to walk away, but I've got to stand right here. So I do these all the time. We're really getting into our shoulders here. So the first thing we want to do is stack our rib cage over our pelvis. You're going to notice this is a theme in most of the stuff that we do. So if your rib cage was a Tupperware lid, and your pelvis was a Tupperware bowl, we want to stack our Tupperware. I say that all the time. Now you know what that means. Stacking your Tupperware lid over your Tupperware. So we want to get that in nice alignment. From here, shoulders are down and relaxed. We're going to bring our arms out like goalie post arms with jazz hands. Yeah, fingers are spread, shoulders are down. From here, we're going to cover our face. Elbows come into touch if you have that availability in your body. Then you're going to open back up, noticing as I open up, my chest is not coming out. So keep your chest down, maintain this Tupperware stacking position while your arms come in, your arms come out. Keeping that down, your arms are going to come up so your thumbs touch, and then you're going to come back down. Okay? So it goes in, out, up, down. In, out, up, down. Now, do we also want to make this a full body movement? Of course we do. So what we're going to do is pretend like we're pressing our feet into the earth and trying to spread the earth apart. So I'm not actually moving my feet, right? But I'm pretending like I'm trying to spread it apart. Now you're gonna feel your inner and your outer thighs start to say hello. Yeah? Now with this stacked over, we have everything stable and engaged. Now we get to do our monkey pump. So arms come out to goalie arms. I'm pressing my feet in, spreading them apart. Rib cage stays down. I'm covering my face, coming out. Notice I'm at that 90-degree angle. Thumbs come up to touch and back down. Now, if you notice while you're doing these monkey pumps and I'm moving super slow that your chest wants to come along for the ride, just don't move your arms as much because we don't want to borrow movement from our chest. We want all of this to burn out and mobilize our shoulders at the same time. So if you can only come to here and maybe you only go to here, that's beautiful. That means that you have room to create improvement as well. So just go to where your body allows, where your shoulders allow, where everything else stays in good position. Now, again, if you want to create your own resistance and make this harder, I want you to pretend like you're pressing weights in. Now, I'm pressing against your hands, and you're trying to press against my hands to come out. Yes? Now, there's weights on top of your fingertips, and you're trying to press your fingertips up, creating your own resistance. Holy moly, you should be shaking. And now I have weights underneath my elbows, so I'm trying to press those weights down to come back here. So see how I can make an exercise mindless, or I can really make it intentional, creating my own strength, building my own resistance to make my arms stronger. Yes, so monkey pumps is a move you can incorporate. Again, there's no reps, there's no set amount. It's just when can I sprinkle that in while I'm in the kitchen during that dead time, and how can I make it super, super hard? It's more important to me the quality of movement versus how many you do. So if you only get one in, but man, you make that one super, 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 super hard, creating your own resistance, man, what a win. So try that one out. Welcome to your next Daily Mama Move during our Tone Arm Kitchen Edition. This is called the Countertop Push-Up. What is it? It's exactly as it sounds, the Countertop Push-Up. So this is fantastic to do during any kind of dead space that you have. Also a really, really, really good break while you're washing dishes or emptying the dishwasher. Come over here, do like 3 push-ups, and then go back to what you were doing. So first thing we want to do is, you guessed it, stack our Tupperware lid over our Tupperware. When I say Tupperware lid, that's your rib cage, Tupperware is your pelvis. We want to align those two. So we want to stack our Tupperware lid over our pelvis. Yes? Once we're in that position, we're going to place our hands on the counter. From here, you're going to step back and kind of play with the length or the distance you have with how far you want your feet back. Now, I'm super, super short, so having my feet a little bit closer is going to allow me a little less of a length distance to which I have to do the push-up, and it allows me to have better form. But you're gonna play with whatever works best for you as long as you can maintain this rib cage stacking over your pelvis. So arms are here. Now, things I want you to think about. We are pushing away from the countertop. So I don't want your shoulder blades, see how they're sinking in? So back in here, I don't want them to come together. I want them to spread apart. Spread apart. And that will happen as you push the counter away from you. So a push up, we're pushing away, and then we're bringing our chest down so basically our thumbs line up with our nipples as we do our push, okay? As we do our push up. So keep that in mind. So we're coming down, and then we're pushing back up. Noticing the whole time I'm pushing, so even as I'm coming down, I'm still pushing away as I come down, staying in one line. Now my butt is squeezed, my legs are squeezed. Notice I'm going up on my toes because I'm super, super short. You can do that too, or you can have your feet flat, which you're gonna get more of a calf stretch. That's totally fine. Now the last thing I want you to think about is what your elbows are doing. So as we come down for a push-up, we don't want our elbows to come out at like a 90-degree angle. We wanna bring those in. So notice if my thumbs are lined up with my nipples, I'm bringing my elbows back to a 45-degree angle. That's what I want you to kind of picture as you do this push-up. So again, Tupperware lid is stacked over the Tupperware, hands go here, and I'm maintaining this position as I bring my sternum or my chest down, elbows are at 45 degrees, and then I'm pressing back up, pressing the entire time. I'll show you from the back. What I want you to not do is sink into your shoulder blades, lift your butt up. This is what I see a lot, and then I see push-ups like this, with our elbows out at a 90 degree. So elbows are into 45, we're pressing away, shoulder blades are spread, butt is squeezed the entire time, and elbows come to that 45-degree angle. And then you just see if you can get 1 in, if you can get 10 in, whatever that looks like for you is fantastic. Try it out, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome to your next Daily Mama Move Tone Arm Edition in the kitchen. That's right, we are gonna do this exercise during that dead space in the kitchen. So while you're waiting for something to cook, while you're waiting for the microwave to go off, your coffee to brew, while you're waiting for dishes to be done, when you have that weird dead space, this is a great time to fuse in this movement. So I have a wooden spoon. Grab yourself a spatula, a spoon, any kind of kitchen utensil that's about this big. Doesn't matter what it is, you just need something that you can put both of your hands on, and what we're gonna do is pretend like we're trying to pull it apart. So this is gonna burn out your shoulders. You ready for this? Okay, let's build this exercise from the ground up. While it is targeting your shoulders and your arms, everything we do is a full body move. So let's go from the feet up, even if you have shoes on. So the first thing we wanna do is pretend like we're pressing our feet into the earth, and then we're trying to spread the earth apart. You're gonna notice the outside of your hips saying hello. That's fantastic. Now, we wanna stack our Tupperware lid over our Tupperware. What that means is we wanna get our rib cage, Tupperware lid, to stack over our Tupperware bowl, our pelvis. A lot of us tend to stand like this. We wanna bring that down, stacking our Tupperware lid over our Tupperware so that they close very nicely. So now our feet are pressing into the ground, spreading the earth apart. Tupperware lid is stacked. You have your utensil. Go ahead and grab it on either side, and you're gonna bring your elbows out to a 90-degree angle. Now we wanna stay in this position the entire time, and we're gonna create your own resistance. So as all of this maintains, what we're gonna do here is first pretend like you're trying to pull, like if they snapped in, I'm trying to pull them apart. You wanna create that resistance the whole time, yes? From here, I want you to imagine you're sliding, we're gonna go in a circle, but you're sliding your arms across a countertop so your elbows never drop down. So we maintain them up, but we keep our shoulders down and away from our ears. Now we're gonna go to one side, stir this pot, but notice the rest of my body is not moving. I'm very, very core strong here and stable. Keeping those elbows bent, we come back in. Now we're gonna go in the opposite direction. So I'm still pulling this apart the whole time. Elbows are up. I'm leading with my elbow point, stirring this big pot of wet cement or hot soup or whatever we wanna call it. The reason I say wet cement, or you know what we could say? We could say like honey, because honey would be hard to stir, right? So I want you to think this is not an easy, we're not just like, whoop, there it is. We wanna create our own resistance. So as we're pulling this apart, everything's engaged from our deep core and pelvic floor. We're leading with our elbow points, and we are trying to stir this ginormous pot of honey that is really, really hard to stir. It is just really hard. We're creating our own resistance. I'm shaking as I'm talking to you, and you're just gonna keep going one way and then the other way. And I promise you, after you do about 4 of these, you are gonna feel your shoulders speak to you. So this is a fantastic move to sneak in the middle of cooking while you're waiting for something to be brewed or whatever it is that you're doing. Fuse it in. Remember, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So I don't care, it's not about reps or how many you're doing, it's about the quality of movement. I would rather you do 1 in each direction, really focus on your form, really create your resistance, and that is gonna be way more effective than trying to do 3 sets of 15. So again, this could take you 10 seconds, this could take you 5 minutes, whatever floats your boat. Let's go to the next video.